Okay. So, how to cultivate a growth mindset for success. This is crucial because we need to have that to start anything in life. Okay? So, let's dive deep into what is the meaning of this, what's going on here. So, here's what we're going to cover. Okay? So, first, what is a mindset? Right? It's important. Two, fixed mindset versus growth mindset. Okay? How each mindset views failure. That's super important. So, feedback and obstacles. How each mindset see this perspective. Effort and creative risk taking. Okay? And how this type of mindset focus on growth and improvement. Okay? And why this matter. Okay? Let's go. Let's do it. Have you ever felt like giving up after a failed project? So, everyone in the world have been failed before. I have been failed before with clients. And I have been losing a couple of them in my career because of I had this thing in the past. I'm improving a lot now, but I say yes to a lot of things. And I say yes, and I just put a lot of things in my shoulder. And then I have too many things to do. And when it's not because I'm not capable to do it, it's because I have too many things that I do things at half. And I didn't do things in excellence, meaning in one time I didn't deliver the deadlines, I missed some feedback, and a lot of things on and on for a specific client, and I basically lose him I understand that was my responsibility and I lose my client. But what I thought it was definitely forever, it wasn't like that. After a couple years, I sent a message to him, and unfortunately, it was a reconnection. And then, I gained my client again. I'm just saying this because sometimes we think that because something failed, it will remains that forever. And even that losing a client is something really, really bad, you can fix that. And that's basically what we're thinking about it. Because, I have been there too. I have been there in the fails. I have been there in making mistakes, and learn from them. Okay. So what's a mindset? So the way people think about ability and talent. So right, like the way that you think about doing ability and talent. So mindset exists in a continuum between fixed and growth mindset. So basically you have two sides of the coin. Because you never see a coin with just one side. You have never seen a paper with just one side. You have never seen a leaf with just one side. So that's the law of polarity. So everything has two sides. And basically in the mindset, you have these two sides. The fixed mindset and the growth mindset. And we are traveling in the range between them. So you will realize now, when we start covering more about this, that you have more inclination in certain areas in your life to a fixed mindset or a growth mindset. This is not a fixed thing. You're not just in this spot. You travel between the different areas in your life, between those two extremes. Okay? And you will realize, and also, of course, you take notes. Okay? Take notes of what we're talking about here, and to understand your own process and your own journey. Right? Okay. So that's the mindset. And basically the fixed mindset, it believes that abilities are innate and unchangeable. Basically, you're born with something and you cannot change it, and you cannot learn new things, and you cannot improve on things. You can do little improvements, but not big improvements. You cannot change careers. You cannot reinvent yourself. You cannot do things from scratch and be a master in a few years. It's like fixed mindset. Think about things are unchangeable. Things cannot change. Okay, but on the other side, growth mindset is the belief that abilities can be improved through practice and effort. Got it? So everything can be learned. Everything can be improved. It's just you need the method and the discipline to do it. Okay, so that's the growth mindset. So the fixed mindset views failures as permanent and demotivating. So they think, the fixed mindset, the people that think about this is they think that if you fail, the things will keep that way. If you lose a friend or something happen in your life, things are going to, be in that way. If you get divorced, things cannot be solved. And sometimes, there's a lot of ego involved. Sometimes a lot about I'm right, you're wrong. Because, when you understand that things cannot change, there's only one way to see things, right? So yeah, these failures is permanent, and you feel demotivated because, if you think about something that will fail, it cannot change, you will feel that way, right? But a growth mindset says failures as an opportunity to learn, pivot, and grow. So basically, a simple analogy of growth mindset can say that failure is data. Actually, there's no failure. Actually, it's just data. Data of things that I need to do and things that I don't need to do. Things I can't do. Because if I do it, I have this consequence. So failure is going to say it's just data, right? It's a super interesting approach. I remember that one time I purchased a coaching for marketing, digital marketing, about 7 years ago. And one line that I learned from all that, like just one line kept me there. They have a mindset module in the beginning. And one line was super important. It says, think about this concept. Imagine if fail does not exist, that you cannot make mistakes. I say, what? How can I make mistakes? It's like if I jump to a building, I will die. So that's that's a mistake. And they say, think about if the concept is not real, but everything is data, and everything is something that you can learn from. And I say, okay, this is interesting. So yeah. So basically, if you think about this, the concept of mistake and error does not exist. Just the concept of I cannot do this again exists, but not because I did something wrong. Because when you do something that fail, of course you make a mistake, but the concept is when you do something that doesn't work, or when you do something bad, or you do something that you is getting a bad consequence, how you will ever know, right, that thing will not work if you didn't do it. I know it sounds like really controversial, but at the same time, from that phrase, like what happened if there's no mistake, I learned a lot, because I understand that there's things that I cannot do. But at the same time, I'm free from guilt, and I'm free, for things that are not serving me for the purpose. Because if I make a mistake, if I make wrong with someone, I will go to forgive. I will say forgive me, right? And I will do things to repair what I did. But I will try to repair with all my heart, with all my strengths, right? But I will not get stuck in that area, and I will feel guilty because right now I'm forgiven. I'm a believer. I'm a believer. I believe God forgive me, right? But I need to repair. I need to make the action. And after I did that, right, I'm free from it, right? And now I have the data of I cannot do this again. So that's a super interesting concept, okay? So fixed mindset, think about critical feedback feels like a personal attack, right? Like obstacles lead to giving up. So the fixed mindset, think about when someone critiques your work, when someone says something about you that you can improve, it's a personal attack. It's something about the value of my identity. It's like if they say something to my work, or they say something to what I do, with something that I do that's not good enough, or I think I'm not good enough. So fixed mindset believes that every feedback is a personal attack to my identity, right? And that's not true. Believe me, that's not true. And then growth mindset says feedback seen as a tool for improvement. Again, just data. Obstacles are challenges to experiment and problem solve. So growth mindset, think about feedback as things that I need to do to improve what I'm doing. So what I am, my identity, what I am, is not the same as what I do. And that's super important, because when you start like having a lot of projects and you have discussing with clients, probably they have a really different perspective from your perspective. And sometimes we as creative, we think that because something looks good, looks pretty, need to keep that way. But clients, they have a business vision for their product and their outcome. So when they think and they say to you things that are useful, right, for the project, and we think, but this not look pretty enough, right, or don't look good enough, we think that that's the ultimate truth. But they know things in the business side that you don't. So even that the piece would not be the best piece in terms of beautifulness, right, does serve a purpose, right? Of course, there's clients that have bad taste, and everyone face client with bad taste. That's not good. But in the majority of things, they have a business perspective in what you're doing. So if you have like a fixed mindset, you think about this is an attack to me. But if you have a growth mindset, you understand that they're putting just their input. Some clients are more rude and some clients are not so gentle, but at the same time, they're not talking about you. They're talking about the work, and the work is not you. So if you detach yourself from the work, it will be easier to receive the feedback. And with the growth mindset, you understand that this is to improve what we're doing. And actually, if you think that way, it will be easier to say no to a feedback that doesn't serve the purpose of the piece. Because client can make mistakes too, and you can say, okay, but why do you think this will work? And then they think about it. Oh, okay. But if you're too attached with what you do, you will be in defensive. And that's not a good strategy for communication. Believe me, being a defensive something is really bad. I don't know if you have an argument with someone that is on the defensive side. It's impossible to have a conversation, right? So the same thing here. Like, feedback is not bad. Feedback is really, 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 really good, because the only way to improve things is have more perspective of the same thing. Okay? So, fixed mindset, think about the minimal effort, right? In the avoidance of hard tasks, because talent is fixed. So why should I do more work? Why should I get the effort into make this work? Because it will not work, because talent is fixed. I cannot learn this. I cannot be better. I cannot improve that much, because I'm not talented enough, because talent is fixed, right? Of course that if you're really small and you want to be in the NBA, right, there's a biological thing that cannot be right. But that's more in the biological side, and these are tiny details, because even like in the NBA you have small players, right? But at the same time, if you think about it, the mind, just the thinking, just the learning, just the creative, doesn't have any sense to measure it. So if you think talent is fixed, if you cannot learn new things, or if you cannot change your life, right, basically, you have this fixed mindset. And that will give you the reason to not make the effort. Because you say, okay, if this is fixed, why should I do more work? Why should I put the effort? Right? That's the reason from a fixed mindset. But a growth mindset embraces challenging tasks and sees creative risk as opportunities to innovate and improve. When you have a growth mindset, you say yes to more risky projects. You say yes to projects that you cannot do at the moment, but because you think about everyone can learn anything. Of course, if you don't know something and the project is for tomorrow, that's nonsense, right? But growth mindset says, okay, I have 2 months. I have 2 months to learn this and to accomplish this, because I have these fundamentals for the other things. And now I can learn this and I can make money. So growth mindsets say yes to risk more often, because they believe that they can learn things, new things, and they can learn more. So this project is out of my comfort zone. If it's close to what I do, of course, for example, if I'm a 3D artist and they want me to create a website, for example, I don't know how to create a website, that's ridiculous, right? You can learn like master website creation in 3 weeks, right? It will not be a good thing. But if talk about something about simulations or talking about something relatable to what I do, and it's out of my comfort zone, and if I say yes, what I will do is like I will create, the room to improve my skills, to learn and get paid at the same time. So that's a beautiful place when you get paid, right, to learn. And that's basically what growth mindset gives you. It's like the opportunity to make risks as creative risks, and put a lot of effort to accomplish those risks, to accomplish those tasks. Okay. So, fixed mindset focus on measurables, achievements, and avoid risk. Same thing. It's like if I will do what I do all the time. It's like if I know this works, I will not move from this little box. I will just do the same thing over and over and over and over because I know it works. I measure it, it's working. I will not move from it because it works, it's working. Okay? Instead, growth mindset emphasizes in continual learning and improvement, valuing the journey over the outcome. So it's more important the journey than to acquire the goal. It's more important to learn this new thing because I'm having fun learning it, and I appreciate more the learning and the challenge itself than just accomplish the goal. Because if I learn to live that way, everything will be a journey and I will enjoy even when things get harder. If you don't enjoy the journey when things get harder, and trust me, they will, you will quit because you're not enjoying the journey. In the first big problem, you will say, okay, that this is enough. But if you're enjoying, if you have this growth mindset, if you're enjoying the process, you will say, okay, this is just another wall that I need to climb, and so much fun to climbing this wall. Even this is painful, even this is, I'm suffering a little bit, and it's hard. I will just fight because I'm loving the journey. The most for me, my favorite parts in all Rocky Balboa movies is when he's training, not when he wins the fight. Actually, when he wins the fight is pretty boring, but when he's training, like the journey to become the person for that fight, that's the most important part of the movie. It's like the most enjoyable part for me, because the journey of getting better is so much fun. So much fun. Okay? So, let's do it. So, your mindset shapes you how you approach creative risk, right? So, how can I move out of my comfort zone? That's always healthy to improve, right? The feedback, so how can I receive comments or data of things that I'm doing and not taking as a personal attack, right? And difficult task. How much effort should I put on difficult task, or how I'm comfortable, I'm willing to be all the time. You cannot grow when you're comfortable. The only way you grow is when you are comfortable. Okay? So, your mindset is a key factor in determining whether you stagnate or grow in your abilities. Okay? So it's crucial if you're going to be stuck in the same place, or you're going to become in a different person that will attract the future that you want to attract. Okay? So, this is a funny example. I'm not endorsing everything that he does, right? But this is a perfect example of a person that doesn't care about what the world think. He just want to make it in the industry that he want to make it. He just want to receive the feedback, and he just want to show his work to the world. Doesn't matter the consequences, and he wants to receive the most feedback possible without ego, without even that he looks like a really ego like a guy. And I'm talking about Kanye West. On this video, this video is a perfect example of growth mindset in action. Why? Because basically he's just going to this Rockefeller studio. He's talking with the marketing people, and he's just showing. Remember, he's not famous right now. It's like he's a nobody right now, and he just go without a date, without an appointment. He goes and he show his song to a random people because he wanted, or to marketing people because he wanted to make it. He wanted to make it in the music. He doesn't care about what they think about them. He just do it. So let's see it. This is pretty funny.
Let me play you some stuff. Remember they used to call you that? I'll take you down.
Take away things as in the mouth.
Man, I promise, she's so self-conscious. She has no idea what she doing in college. That major that she majored in don't make no money, but she won't drop out her pants.
And then she start rapping her.
Nah, tell me that ain't insecure. The concept of school seems so secure.
She's looking like, what is this guy doing?
She like, fuck it, I just stay down her and do it, cause that's enough money to buy her a few pairs of new ass, cause her baby daddy don't really care. She's so precious with the peer pressure. Couldn't afford a car, so she named her daughter Alexis. She had hair so long that it looked like weed. Then she cut it all off, now she look like Eve. And she be dealing with some issues that you can't believe. Single black female addicted to retail, and well,
And someone knocked the door, he opened. That's so funny. No one cared about being him being there. It's like, this is like a platinum song, like my apologies. So this is a song that earned a lot of money. It's a famous song. It's like a really good hit, and no one cares. No one cares. Like, someone knocked the door and he opened the door. It's like she didn't look at him. He's almost like a doorman, and it's so funny. But he don't care. Don't care about what other people think, and they don't, pay attention to him. He just go and then go to another place. To see, like, who can I show this again? Like, what other feedback can I receive? Oh my, this is so funny. Let me play some stuff. Okay. So, summary. Your mindset is the foundation of your success, right? With a growth mindset, challenges become opportunities. Failures transform into lessons. And every effort propels you closer to your goals. Enjoy the journey. The truth is, talent isn't fixed. Your skills, creativity, and abilities are like muscles, right? You can strengthen them through practice and perseverance. So you can strengthen them. There are muscles. Everyone can create bigger muscles. Everyone. So every great 3D artist, entrepreneur, innovator started where you are. Everyone started in the same place. Everyone, even Kanye West, started in the same place. Uncertain, with obstacles ahead, right? So what made them successful wasn't innate talent, wasn't that they born with this, but their willingness to learn, adapt, and persist. The only attribute that successful people have is the willingness to learn, no ego, adapt, no ego, and persist, no ego. Okay? So, here's your challenge. When you hit the wall, when something bad and hard happen, ask yourself, or when you make, errors, what can I learn from this? What can I learn from this? When you feel stuck, remind yourself, I am capable of growing. Repeat that. I am capable of growing. I am capable of learn this new tool. I am capable to learn this new thing. I am capable to build this business. I am capable to outreach people. I am capable of growing. I am capable of more. Right? That's the important thing. And now, your mindset is your superpower. Your mindset is your superpower. Embrace it, nurture it, and let it guide you to heights you never thought possible. Your only limit is the one you set for yourself. The only limit is the one that is here. That's your only limit. This inside your mind is what you need to work all the time. If you work your mindset, you can achieve anything you want. That's the pure truth. Okay? The only limit is the one you set for yourself. Now, let's get to work. Take care.